this week at Twisted Oz Motorcycle Museum with Jerry Ottaway and Bill Gordon. Bill, this was your 50 Panhead. You put this together, right?
Correct.
Tell us a little bit about it.
Well, basically, it's a reproduction of the last new Harley I ever bought in 1950. I rode it for about 5 years, and I got married, and I got out of motorcycles. And 40 years later, I met Jerry, and I got interested in antique motorcycles, so I decided I wanted to reproduce the one I had in 1950. An Army buddy of mine found it in Florida for me, and I went to Florida to pick it up and bought it for a nominal sum, thinking it would could be restored for a small amount of money, but it didn't turn out that way. It cost me quite a bit more to do it. I started by, of course, stripping it down completely to bare bones, and then starting back, putting it back as original as possible. Because I always figured that if you're going to spend the money to restore a machine, you might as well put it back to factory original, not some custom job. And that really required a lot of time and work and effort. Jerry and I traveled to many swap meets at AMCA to find as many parts as possible in original condition. And there's only about 3 or 4 small parts that are not original on this machine. It took about 5 years to do it because I was working in my garage at home. And of course then I was also working with Jerry 2 days a week on restoring motorcycles. Usually it was an Indian, but I became an Indian friend because they were also interesting too. Jerry and I must have restored about 12, 13 machines together. This one here is one right here. One of the last ones we did before I had to retire. But this one was judged 3 or 4 times. And the first time it was judged was at a Florida meet, and it received what's the award for the best that you can do for the first time? It's a junior
first.
Junior first. It scored 95 points. And from then on, I kept working to correct the deficiencies that the judges picked out. And over a period of time, about another 4 years or so, I got them all corrected, and I took it to the last meet that I had it judged, and I thought I was going to get 100 points, but I didn't quite make it. They caught the fact that I had put a fuse in the ignition circuit, battery circuit there, to prevent any possible chance of a fire, and they deducted just enough points that it was 98.2 or something like that. And it was just that fuse is what cost me the points. But it didn't really make that much difference. It was my restored bike. It was like, it looked just like it came off the floor in the factory. And I was pretty proud of that.
Now, did you ride the bike much once you got it finished?
Yes, 1,800 miles.
1,800 miles you put on.
They took it on a couple of road runs.
Run out good for you?
Oh yeah. It run fine. I thought that I was getting a pretty much original machine when it started, but it had a foot shift and hand clutch. It had incorrect gas tanks, and there were several other little items. But you always think that you can restore one for a moderate amount of money, but it turns out that it cost a lot more than I thought it would. But it was perfection.
Yep, and it is a beautiful motorcycle.
What Bill is not telling you that he's 92 years old. And everybody thinks I'm old at 83, but Bill's got me beat.
Matter of genes and good living.
There we go.
You were still riding when you was in your late 80s, wasn't you?
Yeah,
85 or so?
I gave up riding in 2005. I was diagnosed with congestive heart failure, so I thought my wife also thought it was time to quit riding.
But here we are 15 years later.
That's right. That's right.
Guys,
Hanging on.
Doesn't the vibration of the Harley kind of get your heart working a little bit and flush it out?
No, it actually helped soothe it.
Soothe it? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's, I really hated to sell it, but it hurt me to have it sit in the garage and I couldn't ride it.
and it went to a great owner, didn't it?
Oh yeah, went to Jerry Ottaway.
There we go. Bill, Jerry, thank you so much for your time, and what a beautiful 1950 Panhead. You don't get better than this. Guys, have a great week. We'll see you next week, Jerry.
Right.
Thank you.